Hello everyone, I hope you're having a fantastic day, and welcome back to Beacon Pines. We're continuing where we left off of being stuck in Sharper Valentine's office and seeing where it goes from here. So, let's continue where we left off.
Nellie was staring at the floor, deep in thought.
Sorry, Luca. Give me a minute to calm my mind. Man, why'd you have to give it the damn vial to him? Now he's gonna grow up and actually at least be a physical threat. Unless you swapped it with some genius plan that's a plot twist. I can't believe Beck sold us out like that. I'm not sure she had any other choice. So what now? What's the plan? I don't have one. Of course you do. You always have a plan. Rollo. You just need some time. Rollo, it's over. We lost. No, we didn't. It's just a temporary. It's temporary, man. Hey, I'm sorry, Luca. I did what I had to. I know, it's just we were so close. I got a feeling that eventually Solomon will get what's coming to him. Time wounds all heals. But that's... what? Well, time seems like less of an issue for him now. Well, she has something else to say. I'm curious about what's in the file cabinets. Luca, there's something you should know. After Mr. Kerr locked me in that office, I had nothing but time and curiosity. I poked around a bit, hoping to find a means to escape, but I found something else. A note hidden in a false drawer. What sort of note? Dr. Prescott must have sensed his time at Perennial Harvest was growing short. So he left behind a letter with the hope it would be found by his successor. It was a confession of sorts. He left it for me, but its contents, Luke, I think they were meant for you. Why? What did it say? It's about an incident with your mother. Dr. Prescott found her in his lab with a stolen key card. I mean, it would make sense. If Gran is really his mother, but rapidly aged to look like Gran, but really be his mom, then I guess maybe Sharper Valentine forced her to drink constant vials until it became right. And that's why she's very, very aged. Dr. Prescott found her in his lab with a stolen keycard. There was an accident. She had been exposed to extreme amounts of tempus-licomine.
The color dropped from Luca's face.
Is she? She survived. Dr. Prescott decided to help her recover. He no longer trusted Perennial Harvest, so he kept her whereabouts a secret. Over time, your mother led him to reconsider the purpose of the scientific discovery. Science is often at the vanguard of change, but that doesn't mean it's always right. He realized that no one should have control over something as powerful as time itself. I now believe that's why he began to intentionally sabotage his own work, and it cost him his life. That's a reasonable conclusion.
Luca was overwhelmed with emotion.
But if she's alive, where has she been? Where is she now?
A sudden explosion sounded from the hall.
Will I finally get to use my charms? Seems there's very little options for charms. It's just like linear so far.
Ears still ringing, Gran picked herself up off the ground.
Through
the dust and smoke, she looked over to see Mrs. Fratelli helping Hiram Tolliver to his feet. She'd had to beg, borrow, and steal to acquire those explosives. How many nights had she spent visualizing how she'd use them to make things right? And now, her one shot at destroying the source, that damned hole that swallowed so much of her life, was gone.
Good, don't goddamn keeps killing us, damn it.
Traded for this jagged hole in a wall and a foolhardy shot at rescuing Rollo.
What do you mean, just rescuing?
With Fratelli and Tolliver at her side, she stepped through. It was a strange feeling. The last time she'd stalked this maze of hallways, it was in a different body. They quickly rounded a corner to find a group of clipboards guarding a door. Something worth guarding is probably something worth seeing. She leapt forward, brandishing her cane. If her last chance at vengeance for things lost was truly gone, she would just have to fight to keep what she still had.
Gran, what are you doing here? Luca, what are you doing here? We're here to save Nellie. We're here to save Rollo. Hey, Miss Lucas Gran, that's awfully nice of you. But I'm fine. Oh no, what did they... Gran, there's no time to explain. We have to go now. Come on, everyone, we've got a party to crash.
They made their way out from deep within Perennial Harvest, just as Solomon finished up his speech.
Thankfully, we can dispense with the formalities from here on out.
Solomon pulled a glass vial from his pocket.
Yeah, we've got to stop him.
In one smooth motion, he downed its contents. A triumphant smile grew across Solomon's lips.
No. Well, I guess that's it. We lost. I wouldn't be so sure about that. Oh.
With a mischievous look, Beck elbowed Luca. Remember when I had the vial behind my back?
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little... Oh god, there's 3 choices here. Oh no. Oh jeez, let me think. Well, with 3 choices, I'm just gonna say junk.
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little junk.
Can't wait to see the look on his face when he realizes he drank his own cigar ash. How did ashes get into the vial? It was pretty easy to mess with the vial when it was behind my back. Well, how would you get the stuff that's like behind your back and then other stuff from the front and bring it to, like, unless you just, like, unless while like looking at the ashtray they had picked something up in their pocket. I don't know, man. Well, it's a bad habit anyways. Paul always said bad habits are like 50-yard field goals. Huh? Hard to kick. Absolute disappointment in Luca's face. You can all call me Sharper Valentine.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
Alright, ash. What does cigar ash do? Oh, fucking just killed him and turned him into a cloud of ash. And then blew it in his daughter's face? Well, that's one way to kick a bad habit. Oh.
As the last of what was once Sharper Valentine wafted into the air, the crowd began to disperse, still numb from what they had just
It's I am Sharper Valentine, chug, turns to ash, gets blown in the wind, everyone just sits there. Alright, time to move on.
Sharper Valentine was gone for good.
Oh.
His end would be a new beginning for Beacon Pines.
That's
A new
anticlimactic.
chance to let go of the things they had lost and grab hold of a new future.
But junk was an old charm, which is also why I picked it first. Like, picking the more recent, later game charms for last.
The end.
Oh.
Well, I'd be lying if I said that wasn't a bit gratifying. If that feels to you like a good note to end on, I won't stand in your way.
Uh-huh. Well, no. We still got the 2 more branches. I'm curious which one makes it worse. Malice is also late. But by this point, we would have both, I believe. I'm curious, then.
Might have tweaked his wonder
No more
potion
hiccups.
with a little change.
Skip the hiccup here. Skip. Like pocket change? Your unlucky penny? Yeah, I plopped it in the vial when no one is. How would he not see a penny in the vial? What's that gonna do? No idea, that's the beauty of science. Now we observe. You can all call me Sharper Valentine.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
Alright. Holy crap, he's a baby! Yeah, but he's still Sharper, right? What he was no longer matters. This is an innocent child. I apologize for all the harm my father has caused you.
Eris awkwardly cradled the squirming child.
He's still evil.
She looked to her brother, her voice shaking with uncertainty.
Augustus, what we do what Valentines always do. What must be done. I'll hurry home and prepare a crib for father, or young Sharper. That'd be a great help, thank
She
you.
looked back down at the infant with equal parts kindness and terror in her eyes.
I just don't get how there's so many different dog breeds for the same family. You got, what, a greyhound? A greyhound terrier? You got Augustus, who's I don't know if he's just a fat German. I don't think he's a German Shepherd. I don't know, but it's just Sharper is definitely a. Sharper or Doberman? Let me double check. What does a Doberman look like? I'm just off Sharper. Doberman. Doberman. Would he be a Doberman? I'm gonna have to remind myself. Maybe Doberman is what Augustus is. Rottweiler, though. Or maybe Augustus is a Rottweiler. Just a fat one. Who knows? Mystery. Who knows?
With a shake of her head, Eris addressed the crowd with a stern scowl.
Okay, everyone, the show's over. You may leave now.
Epilogue.
Epilogue.
Beacon Pine's coldest summer on record came and went without much fanfare. Folks shared what they had, and none were left wanting. The new school year was ushered in by the falling leaves of autumn. After everything Luca, Rollo, and Beck had been through, middle school was bearable.
Oh, middle school.
The chill of winter didn't seem to bother people much. They kindled a hope for a better future in their hearts. When spring arrived, farmers planted their crops with a sense of joy and optimism. And as the dawn of the first day of summer came again, its light slowly spread through the shallow valley. It crept over the town square, across the river, past the neglected welcome sign, and came to rest on a young boy sleeping at dawn. His mind at peace, knowing he is here for a reason.
Oh. Well, I guess we'll have to... continue. The sweater, of course. Rollo, are you up yet? Roger that. It's a beautiful day at Mission Control. You gonna swing by? Be there in a minute. Check in with Rollo. I guess this would be maybe the plain ending that actually... If it leads to epilogue, I'm gonna presume the malice charm will probably... I don't know what it'll do to Sharper, but I will presume it just leads to a dead end, just like the cigar ash did. But let's find out where the game takes us then.
Over time, Eleanor began moving Walt's old things out of the closet and into storage. Eleanor had moved back into her bedroom, and now that she wasn't sneaking out late, she even slept there most nights.
Oh. And now it's just, Eleanor, his mom, rather than Gran. I'll close the cabinets as a sign of a closure. And I'll be nice now and close the fridge, and turn off the sink that I left on for many days. In this timeline, we never went in the secret basement, too. Mom, I'm ready to go now. You go on without me, I'll meet you there. I've got a batch of jam to finish jarring. It's funny. I only started making jam as a way to send messages without anyone noticing, but now I enjoy it. Yeah, it's like a village stereotype. I remember my mother doing the same thing. Except the fun times would be every one of us going strawberry picking in any strawberry field that was nearby, and we'd all go as a family and pluck God, who knows how many pounds of strawberries. We'd each have a big metal bowl, and we'd fill it to the brim with as many strawberries as we could pick and shove into the bowl that looked good. And since we're kids and all that, me and my brother and sister, we would equally put as many strawberries in the bowl as we would just eat. We would eat so many strawberries. That's just a normal thing, I think, in the village. It'd be expected that you have kids helping the parents pick strawberries from any strawberry harvest or farm. You know the kids are just going to eat as much as they want. That won't turn into profit. But just as long as you don't get caught, sort of thing. I don't know, maybe we're just little shits and you really, really shouldn't, and some parents would get upset at their child for eating the strawberries. But I remember we just ate whatever and however much we wanted. We'd be like, oh, strawberries. Unwashed, whatever. I don't know if I don't think that was at a time when they used, I don't think that's at least, I don't think in our village they use pesticides, so people wouldn't have to be like, Neco, but then you ate mouthfuls of pesticides, you're gonna get cancer. I lived in a little village. I don't think they even used pesticides back then. It's like nice little rural village. And I don't remember tasting any chemicals too. I'm kind of curious actually about what's over here. I'm curious about everywhere in the town. It's just gone. Just gone. Oh, their mom wasn't dead, so yeah. Ah, Roxy, my favorite character. I hear you and Rollo have big plans for that little treehouse. Yeah, it started getting crowded after we revoked the max capacity 1 Rollo, 1 Luca rule, so we decided to expand. At least we've got some help with that. How's the internship at Nellie and Ilona's shop going? It's been great. I'm hoping it helps me get into the School of Agriculture up at State. Also, Nellie said she'd write a letter of recommendation, which would be huge. I just can't help but worry about leaving Rollo. He's grown up so fast, but he's still my little brother. Now he had a heck of a growth spurt. I don't just mean grown, literally. This morning he was up and finished his chores before I even had breakfast. Well, some of that might be his excitement about the treehouse renovations. Don't tell him this, because it'll go to his head, but I'm really proud of that little punk. I'm sure he feels the same way, but he's just too dang proud to tell you. I know. And they're planting trees. All a good sign. Oh, Augustus. Hey Gus, how's the tree planting going? Couldn't be better. Oh, he looks happy. I'm so grateful to Ilona and Nellie for letting me help. I just wasn't built to be a mayor. Too much bureaucracy. Gus, we finished cleaning the sidewalks. What's next?
When perennial harvest collapsed, most of the clipboards skipped town. But some stuck around and dedicated themselves to making things right.
Anyone with a knack for art can help paint the new offices. You can count on us. Well, looks like you really found your calling. I never really feel comfortable telling people what to do. Now this right here, this is something I can be proud of. Well, good on you. Yeah, it's good to see you're happy rather than being miserable because your dad is looming over your shoulders all the time. Look, get this. I managed to reel in an actual fish this morning. Seriously? Yeah, and honest to goodness. Flip-flopping, swim-swamming, fish! I don't think I've ever caught an actual fish here. Been at least 7 years since I've caught one. I'd say it's a good omen. What do you do with the fish? Oh, I released it back into the pond. I'm hoping to catch it again tomorrow. Man, that fish is gonna have so many stab wounds in its mouth. Oh. Well, still nothing yet. What's my objective? I don't want to go to the treehouse. That's the last thing I want to do. I gotta see the town. It's the epilogue after all. How's the napping this morning? The most underrated good part of a good nap. It is the view. And the view's getting greener every day. Nice. A slow and dirty harvest? I see you decided on a name. Yep, we had to clear out all the old stuff before putting on the final touch. Slow and Dirty Harvest is now official. I like it. It was actually Nellie's idea. There's still a lot of work to do, and the name serves as a reminder. Just because progress is important doesn't mean change should happen fast. I know a lot of activists these days could fucking learn from this lesson. Like I don't want to get political here, but I mean, if you look to everyone that's young and rebellious who's an activist, don't you think everyone's being way too quick? What if you stop to think, don't you think people are demanding so much so quickly and demanding change way too quickly? When change can happen a little bit more organically, more safely? I don't know. That's just me. I'm not even an old man yet, but I get so tired of seeing just so many anarchist-like things and just people being so rushful for things and so much anger, it's irritating. They could learn a thing or two about, this moral of the day. I've learned that the more you care about something, the more important it is to take things slow. I know. That's true. Our motto is go slow and fix things. Amen to that. But if this was America, I'm sure a lot of the more smug people would say this is just part of a flyover state and mock it or something. America humor. I'm Canadian, by the way, just in case anyone's prying. I better not dilly-dally. Dilly-dally? Gotta get to the treehouse. You said dilly-dally, right? Dilly-dally. Yeah. Okay. Well, treehouse time then. I can't check out the rest of the town. Doesn't look too improved. I was expecting it to be wide as hell. A little higher. Yep. A little lower. A little higher. Oh my god. I'm telling you, the angle isn't the issue. We need more power to the radio. Luca, there you are. Would you tell him it's not the angle? Hey, I'm not in charge of antenna redesign. Fine, fine. Iggy, just don't do anything drastic until we get back. Who, me? Tish, you're in charge while I'm gone. Yup. They'll be fine, right? It'll be fine. If we really want mission control to turn into something bigger and better, we have to loosen our grip a bit. You're right. Lead the way. Now we can go to Beck's place. Nothing I can grab in here? Or extra charms? It's a lot of what ifs, like what if I find a magical charm that only can be found in the epilogue?
Luca looked up at the satellite dish. Rollo nearly killed himself putting that up into the tree. While it didn't turn the radio into an interstellar communicator, as he'd hoped, it did at least boost the signal enough to overhear truckers one town over.
Meh. Well, alright. Good to know, I guess. Young Mr. Van Horn, how's little Sharper doing? Young Sharper seems to enjoy nature more than I, so we do a lot of strolling these days. Has he, attempted to crawl out of his crib and plot world domination? Yeah. Thankfully, no. I spoke at length with Dr. Moduel, and she feels that Sharper's infant mind was not developed enough to retain his previous memories. For all intents and purposes, the child is unmolded clay. Let's hope he's a little nicer the second time around. Or third time. That is the objective, yes. But really, all I can do is try and hope. 2 activities I am endeavoring to find less distasteful. Well, I think you're doing a great job. And the whole town is ready to help out, well, however we can. I can't wait to teach him how to throw baseball.
Eris did her best to ignore the tears welling in her eyes.
That would be acceptable. What's today's news that needs knowing? I'll give you tomorrow's headline today. Our old friend Patrick C. Montesquieu, aka William Kerr, just performed a stirring rendition of The Iceman Cometh at the State Correctional Facility. I hear there was a dry eye in the house, or that there wasn't a dry eye in the house. I guess he has plenty of time to work on his craft. Yeah, Kerr goes to jail. Woo! Yawn. I'm glad you swung by. More follow-up questions for your story? Nope, I got everything I need. Thanks again for that. I sent a draft of the story to the reporter in Capital City, and they offered me an internship. Of course they did. You're an amazing reporter. I don't know about that at all. Or all that. A story about a phony corporation that picked up an entire town of people, moved them up to cover up a massive illegal mine shaft full of incredibly hazardous chemicals. Sort of writes itself, if you think about it. Just don't forget us when you become a fancy big city reporter. Capital City isn't that far away. I'm gonna have to come back from time to time to check in. And see what sort of new trouble you've gotten yourself into. Sorry to disappoint, but my adventuring days are over. Ha, we both know that's not true. What makes you say that? Call it a reporter's intuition. I mean, that kind of hints almost at a sequel. We'll see. We'll see if there's a cliffhanger at the end or not. Another clipboard.
Mrs. Fratelli glowed with a carefree smile.
Is that your suitcase? That is 2 weeks of unencumbered tranquility. Excuse me? Would you be so kind as to take my order? 2 weeks of sand, margaritas, and forgotten obligations. Excuse me? I'd love to place an order.
Mrs. Fratelli sighed with a zen-like calm.
Just as soon as the lunch rush ends, I'll be a feather on the wind. You're going on a vacation? For the first time in years. And I've got you and your mom to thank. Why's that? She didn't tell you yet? You two are gonna fill in for me at the diner while I'm gone. Just like old times. It's fine, I'll wait. No one cares about you clipboards. They're basically slaves. And clones, like... They don't even explain why there's so many of them. Are they cloned? Are they two babies? Are they like Grenier in the Warframe? What are they? Why are there so many of them? And who's this dog? Back for seconds, if it's not too much trouble. For the longest time, I didn't understand the appeal of ice cream. It serves no purpose, other than to be briefly enjoyed and then it's gone. But it's pretty tasty while it lasts. I'm inclined to agree. Who is this person? Do they even have a name? Are they just a mystery villain that's just not going to reveal themselves? I don't know their name. I don't know if they're a Valentine. I don't know what their connection is with Sharper. It's confusing. Hey Luca, can you tell Roxy I'll be free in an hour? Sure. My dad's making me stock the shells for the summer. He said it builds character. I think he meant it builds calluses. Builds character. Yeah, build something, alright. Luca, can I interest you in a delicious apple?
He playfully waggled an apple.
No thanks, just saying hello. Well, hello then. Mind telling your mom we need a new crate of jam? Already. It's funny, I used to hide this stuff in the back. Terrified that someone would find out about her secret messages. Now everyone wants to get their hands on Eleanor Van Horn's famous spy jam. Yeah, especially Nuncreed, I'm sure. What's a sparrow? Wait. I zoomed in because of the watermelon. Which is just growing forever. And nothing where the tent used to be. What about you? He looked to his friends with a thankful smile. After everything that could have gone wrong, everything that did go wrong, we made it. The end.
Closing her eyes, Miss Hatch took a deep, relaxing breath.
You finally done your book? Oh, hello, Luca. How are you? Really good, actually. That's wonderful. Did I miss anything? I think you're pretty much up to speed. I mean, I know the purpose of the character. I mean, she'd read, like, descriptions of basically prophesizing what would happen or what had happened whenever she's reading parts of her book, but it's over since it is an epilogue. Luca, do you want a biscotti? On the house. I don't really have time. Sergal, you gotta come and see this. I finally did it. I pulled the perfect espresso. Ah, Lumi. If I didn't know better, I would think you're proud of something. As if I know. It's too late. You are now officially a person that cares. Welcome to adulting. Well, now we can go even further in the town. Unfortunately to Nuncreed. I'm just wanting to know about this secret phishing password and Luca's dad. I know he died, but...
Over the school year, Kato and Bert had become close friends.
But did you know that? When they covered up the source, they found a species of fungus. Yep, and they are studying it in the new labs. Did you know that? Beacon Pines is now the smallest town in the county. Close to the population before perennial harvest moved in.
It typically went on like this for
trivia.
some time.
I can't believe it's over. Yeah, the town's really starting to turn on a new leaf. The town. I was talking about it, Hank Atomic. I just finished the last issue. How was it? As great as always. Hank finally returned to Earth. But I just feel weird now. Weird can be cool. It just means you're ready for something new. Any suggestions? You could ask Miss Hatch about what she's always reading. She seems to really enjoy it. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know, I just thought she was reading 50 Shades of Grey.
Luca peeked over Piper's shoulder, laid stealthily inside a large volume of mathematics. Was the first issue of Hank Atomic.
Oh. Piper! Are you reading Hank Atomic? Do you mind not telling anyone? I've kinda got a reputation to uphold. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Just about every kid in town reads Hank Atomic. Honestly, I'm excited for you. What I'd give to start over fresh. To experience it again for the first time. I guess that's the downside of finishing something nice. At least now I can enjoy it again through you. Promise to tell me about it as you go? Sure thing. That's true. Like, it'd be great if I could reset... if I could reset having read, I guess, Berserk, the manga, or maybe One Piece. It took a long... I watched every episode of One Piece. Like, I'm caught up and didn't skip anything. I even watched the filler. Holy shit, look at all the bunnies! Holy crap! Oh my god, bunnies! Bunnies! Holy crap! Bunnies, so many bunnies! Little, tiny little bunnies! I'm curious. Hey, Mr. Nuncreed. I'm gonna go see my dad. Wait, what? I'm wondering what he means by this. Did you want to come with? Even after everything I did, you'd still...
Mr. Nuncreed shook his head.
You really are your father's son, aren't you? I don't think I'm ready for that yet. Well, you're always invited. I bet he'd love to hear from you. I'll visit Walt in my own time. You run along now. Bunnies. Why is there so many bunnies? Jeff's Wild Ride.
With perennial harvest
So many
gone,
little
the
bunnies.
transportation tubes were left unused.
Come on, come on. No one is too big, no one is too small. If Nuncreed can fit in here, everyone can, for Jeff's Wild Ride.
Well, maybe not completely unused.
Just one piece of candy. For the ride of your life. Who's next? So many little bunnies. Oh, they're so cute. I'd pat them on the head. Guess what? Yesterday I saw a Dynasty's Titius. And that's good? It's great. I haven't spotted one of those in years. At this rate, Beacon Pines is going to become the bug capital of the county, or country. Well, let's check out the forest, I guess, first. Well, nothing. I have news I think you'll enjoy. This morning I unpacked my last box. You officially moved in. It's just a box. Let's not blow this out of proportion. It sounds an awful lot like putting down roots. I guess I decided this place is root-worthy. You're gonna be stuck with me for the foreseeable future. I do have to warn you, most years aren't going to be as interesting as this one. I think I'll manage. Ready? Before we go, there's a bit of surprise. Oh. A nice red tree. Oh. My mom's prepared this tree especially for you. They didn't have to do that. It wasn't just to them, just about the whole town pitched in. We all owe you. You should do okay in the cold of old Beacon Pines, and thrive as things warm up. That's perfect. When you're ready, take Jeff's Wild Ride to old Beacon Pines. Curious. I would put it where the source is? Well, I already did talk to everyone, so... Ah, you got it. Now that's a good-looking tree. Being a special occasion and whatnot, the ride's on the house. You're gonna hang on to that tight little... or hang on tight to that little tree. Ah, here.
I think this is it. The end I've been waiting for. Honestly, I'd begun to lose hope of ever finding it. But then you came along.
Crying narrator just seems a little weird.
How to thank you. It's hard to explain how much this means to me. It's funny, now that our time together is finally ending. I'm at a loss for words. Let's just watch the end together.
Done. A good little tree. The best little tree. Thank you, children. This means a lot. Yeah, thanks for everything. Shucks, I only did what any super awesome best buddy would have done. We should probably give you some time alone now. You good? Yeah, I am. It's been a wild year. How are you feeling? Everyone keeps asking me that. I'm fine, really. Pa always says the only thing fitter than a fiddle is a cello. I feel like a damn cello. Well, if you ever stop feeling like a cello, I'm here for you. I know, you don't even have to say it. You two make an awesome pair. Excuse me? We're a trio now. Yep. Thanks. There's one thing missing now that you're part of our group. Missing? Let me tell you a little story about a man named Hank Atomic. Oh god. I won't be long. We'll be waiting for you back at the phone booth. I found the perfect way to start our summer. You've got some good friends. I'm so proud of you. Your father would be so proud. I know. Mom, can I ask you a question? Do you ever dream about Dad? Not a night goes by that I don't. Are you ever afraid that you're going to forget him? Forget what he looked like? Forget his voice? No, because so much of him lives on in you. He loved that old tree, but I know he would have loved this one more. Because his two favorite people planted it. I'll give you two a moment. Hey, Dad. Dr. Mudwell says that over the next few years this place should warm up, so you won't have to be so cold for much longer. I think I finally understand why you left that night. There were things you believed in. Big things. Those beliefs were the things that made you, you. If you wouldn't have stood up to Sharper, stood up for what you believed in, you wouldn't have been the same person anymore. You had to go. But that didn't mean you loved us any less. I might not visit you as much as I used to. I know you understand. But I have to go back. I need Sharper to drink one more vial. Close the book achievement. Hey. But what about the phishing password? Is it just... I thought it would have been some kind of foreshadowing. Well, I guess I'll have to wait till the end of the credits. I don't want to skip in case something's shown. Alright. Anything at the end? Oh, nope. It just booted back to the opening. Oh. Well. But what did they mean at the end of this? About the whole dash... The Roman numerals 2, double the 2 dashes, and charm. Is it meant to be code for a secret that's like in chapter 2? Well, either way, last thing, malice. Far, far ahead in the book. Tweak the potion with some malice.
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little malice.
Oh, now what will this do? Malice, the whiskey from his office? Yep, dude had an unfinished glass on the desk. Figured his grow juice could use... How the hell did you get the shot glass on the desk that you didn't grab? Unless they magically did and I didn't see that. and they get that into the vial somehow. Space magic fucking fingers. You can all call me Sharper Valentine.
Body and face
Yes, yes. He's clown confetti, what? Huh? Oh, that's what I call 80 poof whiskey. Damn, dude. Pop Goes the Weasel achievement. Let me look. Pop Goes the Weasel out with a bang. Oh, jeez. Okay. It literally filled with confetti.
Stunned silence at the now empty stage. The quiet was broken when William Kerr sprinted off stage and into the distance.
He just fucking sprints it.
He was never seen around Beacon Pines, or anywhere else for that matter, again. Watching the silhouette of Kerr disappear over the horizon, Luca began to laugh. First, a low chuckle that became uncontrolled, heaving laughter. Through his tears, he was vaguely aware that the crowd had begun to laugh with him. The end. That was unexpected. Perhaps a bit of an absurd ending for my taste, but who am I to say? I'm only writing the damn thing.
No. You're writing it, and we're done. We got the full tree, and we got all the achievements. I'm gonna look at the guides to see if there's really some kind of uber secret or something. All charm locations and turning points. No, I mean, I have everything. I guess there is no uber secret of sorts. I was really expecting the fishing spot to have some kind of grand meaning. And especially it talking about a sequel, maybe it is a legit hint at a sequel with an unplanned name. But, because as it said, I mean, Iggy and the fireworks in this ending gave them time. In this, what happened with the source then? We didn't even fix the source, though. It's just Sharper is no longer able to manipulate the source. And they said they'd warm it up over time. So I'm guessing just the exploitations of Sharper made it so... Like, the source, what they said, the source drained nearby resources, which froze things. So the more frozen things were, the more it basically robbed the area of nutrients and whatnot. Somehow they found they had to have found a scientific way to make it so it stopped stealing the resources. I'm guessing it's just like how they'd explain it is Sharper was doing something which created the green goo, which would exhaust the source and thus make it basically drain its surroundings of the resources. And by leaving the source alone, it would not rob nearby, plant life and whatnot of its resources, thus not freezing the town. I don't know. I'm guessing that's basically what they're trying to say. But I still was expecting some kind of foreshadowing about the fishing. Of saying that there's a password between him and Luca. It almost gave the impression, unless it was cut content because they needed to release the game, it almost made me think there'd be more times that, like, say, Dream Sequence Luca would find some kind of revelation by bringing up the line that they mentioned in the past, in the fishing times. But again, the whole dream sequences either were some kind of mystical properties of Luca having some kind of faint special abilities, which he got for no reason and is unexplained. That's why I was theorizing Luca perhaps at the end of the story falls into the source and becomes part of it. Think of it like Sephiroth falling into the Mako in the mountain, if those that played Final Fantasy VII. Sephiroth became one with the planet in a way. I was thinking Lucas sort of was the same, but not to such a grand scale. Again, that's why he got his powers, because at the end of it all, maybe he saves the day, but at the cost of falling into the source and being a part of the source, sort of thing. And that's why then, like, his past, present, and future got warped from the source, is my standing theory, ultimately. But it ended more with I don't know, simplistic closure, aka bad man doesn't prevail, the town is saved, GG. It feels, I think it's just like my theory crafting was much more grand than what the story of the game was preparing, it seems. Or they had a grand plan, but just didn't do it? I'm not sure. Because the whole mystery about his dad feels like it kind of ended with a little bit of a sizzle. I don't know if people would agree with me, based on how I've been hyping it, because it could be just me being blamed for hyping it up as some kind of grand conspiracy. Or if it's the game's narration's fault for making it seem like there's something amiss that really wasn't. Because it just ended up with the dad, well, dad rebelled and he died. And that's it. You know, he's a thorn on Sharper, and he discovered... I'm guessing it's like Sharper and his dad fought, and he threw a vial at Sharper, which regressed his growth, which was an accident, but his dad somehow attacked him, I guess, with a vial, or, I don't know, did something and the vial exploded, or splashed on him, or something along those lines, and made it so Sharper became small, and they just pronounced him dead, but Luca's dad did die. I don't know. So either there's going to be a sequel and it will cover up other loose ends, or these loose ends don't exist and it's all in my head. I don't know, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell anymore, but the story is completely wrapped up. I was expecting there to be more, but again, that could just be me with false expectations. But let me know your thoughts down below if you had the same thoughts. I mean, and try to think of it without including any subconscious bias to the things I've been saying, because my hype would distort people's perception of the story as well. So you'd have to think about it hard of what your expectations would be even without my monologue or commentary too. Otherwise, I'd still say the writing in this game is very brilliant. I'd say the writing and storytelling in this game is top notch, 100%. Like, how would they be able to convey all the plot twists, all the climactic moments, all the emotions kind of things? It was really well handled, and it's definitely one of the better visual novels I've ever played in terms of storytelling. So, very huge props to that. Really good storytelling. And very good writing. It's usually the one thing that a lot of games and movies lack these days, and that's good writing. And a good moral of the day message. And that's usually all we need. Even if it is something simple. Good moral of the day, and a nice conclusion, and a happy ending. But otherwise, I hope you enjoyed Beacon Pines. If you did, please leave a like, comment, hit that subscribe button, make a fellow subscriber, hit the notification down below for updates on my videos. Thank you for watching, until the next time.